Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Sometimes I do tarot. I've got a music video coming out. I got the word California. Then I split the deck, and for some reason this has like a California vibe to me. This is like a Chili Peppers vibe, like Californication. I don't know, the fire is kind of like sensual. I also got like that song Sensual Seduction. I think it's Snoop Dogg. Isn't he from around there somewhere? And then I got the Seven of Cups. I'm getting Leo, Virgo, Cancer, but that's just my placements. But it's interesting. So maybe if you relate to, yeah, those three, then check me out, which you are doing. So I don't know what that was. Okay, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. When I was younger, I had a self-tape obsession, and it was called The Interview Channel, and I called myself Mona Lisa. But anyways, that's just a little bit of intel for you if you think that's funny. Okay, so, and Britney Spears has a song called Mona Lisa, and Da Vinci has a painting. That's weird. Because it's like my eyebrows are dying, just like in the painting. Anyway, I just pluck them a little thin sometimes. Should I go live? Should I do a TikTok live? The moon. I'm sensing that there is something to come, something undone. Have you been watching reruns of Friends? No, that's schizophrenic, mate. So you've been going through a lot of grief. It's like you've maybe had a lot of like fear that you were releasing. And so now it's like anger. So I feel like maybe you have been experiencing being in hermit mode for a really long time, maybe like 5 years. The Four of Wands, it's like you're finding stability and you're becoming wiser. Heaps of stuff, like little quotes and things that you used to hear. Well, if everything happens for a reason, then it's like those quotes were for a reason. So someone must have experienced something to say something like that. Words and shit. And you're beginning to feel like this ancient wisdom. Before you were almost, I was gonna say, like, you might have built a house out of straw and then out of brick, but now you're kind of weaving your own web and you're learning how to build a house out of capitalism. No, I'm just kidding. No, out of wood. You might be attracting wood in your life, and wood is sounds like a code. I'm hearing go for a run. I don't know why. Like, I don't know if I'm close. Like, there's a gym just down the road. It's like things are seeming like really funny to you. You might find things funny. You don't understand why things should have to be so structured in certain ways. But then on the other hand, you're understanding, like, these two just fell out of my hand. Seven of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Things used to be just so random to you. You would walk into a room and there'd be people there, you know, and then you'd be like trying to match the energy of the room because you wanted to give something. But it was so structured and so disciplined, and you know, it was like no one had given you the rule book. So it was just like crazy to you. And now it's like you're creating a rule book, but it's like you're not doing it you know, to get paid, although you probably will get rewarded for doing something out of the goodness of your heart. But you're not expecting that. You're just, everything's really funny and everything's really fresh and everything's really like, this guy, you're seeing rainbows, you're seeing things. You have a desire to sort of not repeat the past. You have this thing where you're like that song where it's like, I hope I don't repeat. Oh, I don't know. It's like an Ariana Grande song where she's talking about Pete Davidson, and she's like, I hope I don't repeat the past or something. You're like, you can relate to that because you're like, Ariana, what? No, you're kind of just like, you find it kind of useless. You're like, what is the point of this? What is the point of just like going along with something when you don't understand it? But it's like sometimes you get little glimpses of understanding and you begin to sort of explore. You begin to explore and you feel safe to explore certain areas more. Death and rebirth. My phoenix. Now, I feel like that would be a good start to a poem. You have this passion and this zest. And you have this zest. Like, even that's funny to you. To me, well, it's funny to me. I don't know, zest. I thought of a lemon. And you have this zest. You know, we're all here on this earth. We're on a floating rock. And it's just like, it's so special. And it's like, you have this like love of music as well. You know that music is something that is important somehow. And it's like, you want to connect with people who enjoy music, but you want to enjoy the music with them. Sometimes you'll rhyme words, and sometimes you will, you know, see repeating patterns, because I feel like there's something about music that's very magical, like soulful, very bright, very fun. It's like fun. It's about fun for you. And for you, you work really hard. When you combine music, work, and fun, you want to kind of balance things out in a sense. And there's almost like this cycle of create, destroy. And you're sort of understanding this more, but you're also kind of like more sensitive to the world, because it's kind of like you realize that it's you know, there's many elements. Like music is almost like a metaphor in a sense. It is metaphorical. And you're very sensitive to energy. And it's like, you know that there's something metaphorical about music as it relates to life, but you don't want to control how it unfolds. But at the same time, you realize that having certain understanding makes you more powerful. So it's almost like a paradox in a sense. And you want to harmonize, because you realize that it's like you are the universe. You are life. You are life itself. But you're not the only life. I mean, you are. But at the same time, it's like, you know that you've had to sort of like do a lot of energy work and a lot of healing on yourself. And 10 of Swords, yeah, you've gone through hell and back basically to find that heaven and hell, it's a fine line between the two. Okay guys, I might have to wrap that up now, just because It's gone over 15 minutes for me. When I edit it, it might go down more. I might leave it as one long thing, but YouTube doesn't allow more than 14 minutes. All right, check out my TikTok and peace and love.